Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Excalibur Roundtable Tech Talk. I am Mike Fuson. We're going to begin an extended Tech Talk series with our friends at AlertOps. AlertOps is a wonderful partner of ours, and they bring a great alerting platform to you, our customers, that can be integrated with your IT service management systems. I'm joined by Cam from AlertOps. Cam, thank you for joining me today.
Yeah, hi Mike. Thanks for having me on. I'm very excited to walk through the platform and take a look at some features today.
Great, fantastic. Now, one of the things I want to share with our audience is that AlertOps is a full-featured alerting platform. But it's not just about alerting. There's a number of features and functions that are in there that help to drive the overall process and the process really of communicating effectively with not only technicians, like a team that may be having an issue that they need to look at, but also other necessary people. And so as we go through a number of our episodes in our extended series, we're going to be exploring these different features and functions. So Cam and I had a chance to chat a little bit about what's one of the many, the list is long, but what is one of the many exciting features that we want to talk about with AlertOps? And Cam said to me, hey, Mike, let's talk about manual alerting first, and really start to understand how the alerting process functions. So Cam, I'd like to turn it over to you and have you share a screen, show us a little bit about AlertOps, and kind of take us through manual alerting.
Yeah, absolutely. So one moment here, I'll jump in and start sharing. So our manual alerting feature is kind of special with respect to the AlertOps application, really because that's where we started. Before AlertOps was created for a wide array of different customers and use cases, it really came from a major incident use case for a large retailer. Now, because of that, AlertOps features around manual alerting are pretty comprehensive, and I'm excited to share that with you guys today. Cool. So what you see right now is AlertOps manual alerting module. And this module is kind of a special feature to us, really because it is oriented with the founding and the genesis of AlertOps. So before it was created as a product for a variety of different use cases, we started out creating a product primarily surrounding major incidents for a large retailer. So with respect to manual alerting for major incidents and business continuity scenarios, AlertOps functionality is pretty comprehensive here. What you see is the manual alerting module, and here we have a few default fields that we can fill in to kick off the response action. But I'll jump into each one of these and walk you through the process of where AlertOps can provide value functionally in a major incident use case and how that is executed. Does that sound good, Mike?
Excellent.
Awesome. So here, the first selection that we'll make is going to be an escalation rule. And our escalation rule determines a bunch of different things. Outside of determining how the recipient group that we're notifying will be notified, so the channels of communication, the intervals, any repeats of notifications, etc., it'll also determine the logic that is built into the actual response process. So here you see a bunch of different fields popped up. In this case, I have different fields to notify my tech team, my stakeholders, business partners, store managers, and I have logic built off to say that this message will be injected into a customized notification for each one of these teams. So for the tech team status here, I might want to say server down, infra is investigating. But then once again, I might want a different notice to go out to my stakeholders. In this case, I will simply notify them that our portal login is experiencing issues and we are investigating. For the business partners, we might just want to let them know that the infrastructure team is currently engaged, and then the store managers might just need to know that the portal is down, currently investigating. So once again, you can provide the level of customized messaging necessary for each one of the responsible parties. And on top of the actual messaging itself, we have a feature known as topics. Now, topics are pre-templated messages with their associated recipient groups pre-populated. So when I select my major incident alert topic and I scroll down, we'll see that it's going to go to my major incident management group along with the subject and the message text pre-populated for this type of incident. And now I have my alert. I can preview it to see who it's going out to, as well as how they would be notified. And I can send out my notification along with any subsequent workflows that were attached to that alert. When I jump into the alert itself, I can see that I have a few alerts open, and when I click in it, we can see who was notified at what time with different messages. So in this case, I have my initial message going out to my responders with a conference bridge link injected into the actual invite, so we can assemble our group almost instantaneously. And then I have different workflows, one to go out to my stakeholders, tech responders, business partners, and store managers, and each of them have different messaging based on the information that was added to the alert itself. So this is kind of an example of manual alerting. And here we see my major incident alert coming out to me as one of the corresponding recipients. So as far as major incident management and business continuity, this is AlertOps manual alerting feature here. Anything in particular you'd like to take a look at or discuss with respect to this, Mike?
So really what we're seeing is that you have a lot of flexibility in being able to kick off a manual alert as you're managing a process. So what this is doing is one of the things that you and I have talked about on a previous webinar, where one of the challenges is you want to make sure you're communicating with all the appropriate parties, right? From technical resources to stakeholders to business partners, so on and so forth, all the way down the line, and making sure they're all communicated with. But what we've really demonstrated here is that we can send out appropriate messaging to each group so that they're all aware of what's going on and they're all seeing the same thing. And in addition, this isn't like we're going to have to break out one of our team members to be the communications person and assembling all sorts of different emails and what group and how does it go to. You kind of just built it on the fly and said, boom, let's get this out there. Let's be able to work through this. And let's keep folks informed as we go through this process. Now, this is manual alerting, and you can take this and turn it on its head. And I'm sure in a future episode, we'll talk about some of the more automated alerting that we can do as we go through our overall process flow.
Absolutely.
But this is a great kind of at a high level. Here's what setting up an alert looks like. And it's not going to be much different when we're setting up our automated stuff, other than that's going to have automation and workflows built into it. This is kicking off a manual alert because something just happened, and we need to make sure we're reacting to it appropriately and communicating in an appropriate fashion. So one of the things that gets me so excited about AlertOps is you start to think about one of the challenges that so many organizations face is when an issue comes up, have we communicated with everybody that we need to? And at a level that's appropriate for their role in this. When you're thinking about a business partner or a stakeholder, for example, they don't want to know the bits and bytes. They just want to know, hey, something is out. So if they're getting calls, hey, I can't. Yep, the IT team's aware of it. They're working on it. I'm getting a regular update on what's happening. We'll keep you posted. I think that's just so cool when you really start to think about one of the major challenges most organizations face is communications. It's really when you
Definitely.
get right down to it.
I think that with respect to the manual alerting here, on our end, not only do we have that ability to tailor the messaging, but from the standpoint of the actual incident response process, if an IT responder or an engineer is receiving 15 emails from 10 different people in 6 different business segments wondering what's going on, that cuts down on the time they're actually spending resolving the issue. So the ability to provide that visibility is pretty cool. And on top of that, all of this can be done directly from our mobile app. Since we're templating the processes and the response, these actions can be kicked off with a couple of clicks directly from the AlertOps mobile application as well.
That is so cool. Well, Cam, thanks for joining me today and kind of sharing that first peek into one of the many features of AlertOps. Join us again as we're going, Cam and I will be further exploring other features of AlertOps and all of the amazing things that you can do with the AlertOps platform. Cam, thanks for joining me today.
Awesome. Thank you, Mike.